So you guys made a discovery?
Yeah, so when we were all together, we got onto the conversation about I don't know if we've talked about this much on the podcast, but we have been working this kind of this supplemental idea in the background of us doing like a sports competition thing where we have a tournament and then we declare a winner. It'd be video game based, but we declare a winner. We were trying to figure out what the winner should get. And Andrew, you had an idea that I thought was really brilliant. Your idea was that we put all of our birthplaces on a map, and then we draw equal, lines to where they all intersect. And at that center point in the middle of all of our birthplaces, wherever that landmass is, we go there and we buy a billboard, or we, rent a billboard, and then we put a congratulations, Nick. You
own the tournament.
You won the tournament, right? And then we were thinking it could be funnier if wherever it is, like, let's say it's like Boise, Idaho. Boise's not in Ohio. It's in Boise, Idaho. You go like Boise's favorite son, Nick, wins the tournament or whatever, as if he's like a local homegrown hero that nobody's ever fucking heard of. And we just put that thing up. Well, we decided to triangulate that point with all of our birthplaces, and we haven't shared that information with you yet, Andrew, because the results were surprising.
No,
I don't think I'm the best person to explain the math behind it from this point on. If Eric or Gavin would rather,
we had to enlist Millie.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Millie helped a lot.
Millie was mostly the one who did this, and was very good at it. We took the cities, took the latitude, longitude of those cities, and found what our equidistant birthplace is. Unfortunately, one of us was born not in North America.
Out of bounds.
Made this incredibly difficult.
Yeah, I'm really
incredibly difficult.
So I really ruined this.
We did it two ways. If we were to do it where we weighed everybody equally, it ends up putting us somewhere. Well, we'll get to that last, I think. It's somewhere unexpected.
I agree. So what we ended up doing was taking, I think, all of North America, finding the equidistant point there, and then doing that against Gavin's, right? Is that how we ended?
Yeah.
And then, so we did that, and then found a place. I don't know if we want to say the city yet, in case we end up using this, but we found a place, and it does not have a big population, and there's not a lot going on, and it seems like prime real estate for a billboard for a show.
Yeah,
that none of the people that live there know exists or listen to.
Let's just say there's a place in Middle America that has a population of about 900 people who has no idea that their favorite son is going to get a billboard in a few months when we do this competition. And which we also got to thinking, what if? And Gavin, I want to talk to you about this. What if we bought a piece of land there? Just like really cheap land. You could probably get land for pennies on the dollar there. And we just bought like an acre, and then that became the center of the face universe. Then we could build like an obelisk, kind of like the cool ones I saw from Egypt in Rome, that says like face center of the universe. Kind of like when you go and stand on the we were in 4 states at one point. At that one place in America. And then it just becomes like a shrine, kind of like the Prada store over in Marfa. It just becomes a shrine that people can make like pilgrimages to go see and hopefully not deface.
I wonder what the locals would think about that. It's like this big monument to face, even though none of the members have ever heard of it or set for that.
Yeah.
But what you're describing is we're going to essentially make Wild Wild Country. We've moved into this small, peaceful town, this outside force. And they don't like it, but there's nothing illegal about what's happening.
No, all we're gonna do is put a concrete statue up on our land. Just on our land, and then that's it.
I love this idea.
So anyway, we should hold off on saying where that place is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I mean, it's not hard to figure out based on you set up how to find it, and it seems pretty easy.
Here's the thing. Whatever we ended up finding is going to be the place, and when people do it right and end up in a different place, that's on them.
Yeah, we're not going to have that argument. We did it our way, and it's this is right to us.
Yep.
Well, do you want to talk about where our because we had to round up to a piece of land?
So if you do it weighting all the birth locations evenly, it puts us in the ocean.
Honestly, it puts us almost right on top of the Titanic.
No.
Here's
No.
Here, I'm gonna post a photo.
No.
I'm gonna post a fucking photo.
It is so Andrew. You're not ready for how close it is.
It's insane.
We're at the Titanic?
Yeah, hold on a second. I got a lot of fucking.
Oh man, that's a really hot spot right now too.
It's
fuck.
It was a weird realization because all the Titanic shit was going on at the time, and we're just standing there like, is this fucking real?
Is the Titanic the most high profile face? Is it a face that count?
So the little green flag there, and this will be on the Instagram, obviously, is the is us,
Yep.
and the red dot
That's
is the
so
location of the
close.
Titanic.
That is crazy. No.
So we thought briefly, well, we move it up to the closest landmass, and then I guess we put a billboard in Labrador or Nova Scotia. And we gave up on that idea immediately. Yeah. So if the equidistant point between all of our birthplaces is the Titanic.
It's close enough to the Titanic that if we did have a billboard there, it would have been the last thing many people saw.
Yeah.
It is too close.
It's too close.
It is on top of it almost. That's crazy.
Obviously not looking to make light of recent tragedy, but wow, what a stunning discovery.
I can't believe that we're the Titanic. We're the Titanic.
We're the fucking Titanic. And we didn't see it at first. It was later when they were watching like a news report or something, and Emily was like, that looks exactly like where you guys just put your pin.
Yeah, I think in the video, I joked that we were like right on top of the Titanic. I actually have no idea where that was, and I was inadvertently close.
And then it was like much later we discovered it.
Wow.
Shall I make that into a video?
Yeah.
Okay. I got to do that. I got to do throwing. I got to do porta potty.
You texted me, Jeff, that you made a great discovery that you wanted to share with me on the podcast.
That was it.
Great. Then
That's
that'll
not
be
what
a
I
really
thought the discovery
fantastic
was.
next episode.
I already quit recording. I'm not in this episode anymore. He's just talking to Jeff.
You quit
Great.
recording?
Well, we still have Craig.
And
I quit recording when I ended the episode.
Oh.
It's never clear when anyone quits anything on this show. I don't know why you would do that. That's a very definitive statement by you.
Oh, dude, speaking of Don Zimmer, I saw one of these in the wild.
What is that?
Oh,
It's a Zimmer.
that's a Zimmer? Where'd you see
I've
that
never
car-
seen a Zimmer car
It
before.
looked freakish, and I looked at the back of it. It said Zimmer on the back. I don't know if that was like a brand or like a make of car, or whether the owner put
That's
Zimmer on it. But
crazy.
I just googled Zimmer, and it's like that's what it was.
I don't even know how to describe. That would be like, imagine what a Italian gangster Batman villain would drive in Gotham, in like a Tim Burton movie.
Zimmer Golden Spirit.
Dang, that's
Never
really
heard
cool.
of that.
Should we make that the official vehicle of the podcast?
The Zimmermobile?
Absolutely.
how much do you think those cars cost?
More than 10.
Ooh. 200 grand.
What if we put a picture of it on the obelisk?
I can't wait to find out what the name of that town
Look
is.
at the horns, dude.
What if we just put that on 2 raised posts, and that will be our billboard?
Are we going to talk about the idea for what happens with like the loser? Because it's not just about the winner. Or do you want to save
What
that
was
for like
the-
the actual show?
I don't know. I don't even.
Let's talk
What
about
was
the
the
idea
idea?
for the loser because I don't remember.
You
I
really
don't remember it either.
No. I will the second
Do I
you
know
say
it?
it.
We had an idea where the winner gets the billboard, but the loser isn't the person who's eliminated first. It's the person who loses in the finals, who comes in second place, which
Oh,
is
that's
somehow,
right.
I don't know, funny to me, like worse
Yeah.
to get that close and lose.
That's
But
fantastic.
Jeff bought those
Oh!
red boots, the red meme boots.
Oh,
Yeah, big red boots. That's right.
He bought these and was wearing them around his house when he made us watch him play a video game to get his achievement.
I forgot. Yeah, he was clomping around in those flames.
That's right. So the loser of this competition, when we do it, the winner gets the billboard in the in the epicenter of the face universe, and then the loser who gets second place, not third through sixth or whatever, has to walk around the mall in those boots for an hour.
Yeah,
I love it.
We have to be able to see him do it and everything.
Go
But
grocery shopping, or it has to be out in public in those dumb shoes. And by the way,
Oh.
wear pads because they rubbed my shins off after about 15 minutes, so I was bleeding.
Dude, your shins were raw. That was crazy.
Yeah.
I wanted to
That's really
send this
funny.
picture also, but it fucked up, and now it's good.
A little Hasbula.
Uh-huh. See?
Yeah, those.
That could
I
be
love
you.
that as a loser punishment.
Yeah,
It's
those-
really
Right?
fun.
Isn't that great?
That's
I
a
also
great
love
idea.
the idea of it's who comes in second, not who comes in last.
Yeah.
Those boots were so stupid I had to get them. And I'm glad we figured out something to do with them.
And they delivered. They delivered on stupidness, not just in how they look. Oh, it's a photo
yeah.
of you in the
There I am.
That's how he was dressed with his little hat, and then he made us watch him play video games.
it really, I don't know what it is. You look like you're wearing plungers, like more so than other people in the boots.
The way he was moving
I don't know
around was
why.
great.
They're not easy.
What
to
was your
walk in.
mobility like in this?
Like 75%.
Really? Okay.
You wouldn't want to do a marathon in him.
You wouldn't want to do a marathon in them, but you could definitely walk around the mall and eat at Sbarro.
Nick says it looks like you stole those off a giant caterpillar.
What cat is there? Like a Mario character that has them? I'm seeing the same thing.
Yeah,
I
like a
can't place it.
Goomba or something.
Yeah, like you fucking beat up a Goomba and stole
Well, I
his
think they're
shoes.
they're based off Astro Boy, right?
Doesn't he have
I
rockets in him there?
Mega
These
Man.
do not have rockets.
I'd assume that's what I'm thinking of. That
Oh.
caterpillar with the
the same-
flower.
What was that, like a wiggler or something?
His name is Wiggler.
Yeah.
And then you jump on his head and he goes all red. And his flower falls off.
Something really funny about beating up a Wiggler and stealing its shoes.
Hey, look, there's pissed wiggler.
Oh, Piss Wiggler is so mad.
I mean, wouldn't you be mad if someone jumped on your head?
That's what the loser's gonna look like.
That's what second place is.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess
That's
we'll do
so
that
funny.
when we get around to doing that.
Yeah, that sounds great.
That thing, which we'll probably start to fuck with after RTX.
You realize that we have like Fuck Face Off coming soon.
Yeah,
We have to do
Yep.
that.
that's true. Well, we did some logo work today. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When does our face-off start coming out?
Monday. It's already out now if you
Yeah.
go to facepod.com.
Sick.
Yeah. So, their episodes have begun by the time this is out.
I watched the intro and I fucking laughed and laughed and laughed.
We
That was pretty
put
funny.
up,
It's
so
great.
if you want to get a tease of it before you sign up at facepod.com/first, we put out like the first 13 minutes like we talked about in the episode. So it's all the drafting and everything up into the baseball game.
Does it just end with like, all right, let's do it?
Yeah, it really is. And then it goes into like the teaser for like the thing. It's like a minute of like us yelling at the baseball game, and then it ends. And I just went, "That's great, man. That like we really nailed that."
Hello and welcome to the first episode of Face Off, the premier sporting league in the observable universe, as we like to think of it. This is going to be how many episodes is this going to be, Eric? 4?
This will be six episodes.
6 of the finest episodes of competition that your eyeballs have ever seen. I solemnly promise you that, and I feel pretty safe making that promise. What we've done here is we've taken a baseball game and we have created our own teams in the baseball game, and and by we I mean Jeff, Gavin, Andrew, Eric, and Nick, the 5 of us. We are then going to have our baseball teams pitted against each other in a league and simulated by the computer so that we don't know the outcome, you don't know the outcome, we're watching it together, and we're going to find out who is the ultimate face champion, right? If we're going to go through all this trouble to crown a champion of the face universe, then they need to receive an award, some sort of a benefit for being the greatest. And so here's what we've come up with. You've heard us talk about it in the past. We triangulated the center point of the face universe. We did this a couple of months ago. We've teased it, but we've never told you where our data crunchers determined to be we had some supercomputers working on it. Supercomputer named Millie. She had a notebook and a pen, and she did a lot of facts and figures, a lot of checking around. And what we've determined that the center point of the face universe, which is the bounding walls of the face universe, are all of our birthplaces. So Vancouver, Canada, or Vancouver Island, Canada, dipshit England. Wherever, somewhere in Texas, hillbilly dumbass Alabama, and then hey bro, it's San Diego. And if you smush all them together, you get Deputy Indiana. Deputy Indiana population, I think 800, maybe?
Yeah, I think it was something like that. Here, we have a look real quick.
I appreciate that this is the greatest sports league in the observable universe with the least observable prize that could possibly be.
I will say, now this says that the area is 47 acres and the population is 34. So that number might have gone up.
So there's more acres than people?
Yeah.
So why Deputy Indiana, you ask? What are you going to do with it? Well, we chose it because it's the center of the face universe. And by the way, it was determined that somewhere in Deputy Indiana, and you guys don't know this yet, there is a Ramsey Creek that runs through it.
Oh wow!
Oh my God!
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. How fucking wild is that?
I feel like
So anyway, what we're going to do is we are going to go to Deputy Indiana, and we are going to raise a billboard. I hope there are billboards in Deputy Indiana.
I mean, there aren't, just so you know, there aren't. So we'll have to figure out what we can do.
All right. So failing a billboard.
Why would they have a billboard in a town of 34? Like that.
Well, we thought the town had it.
It'd be quicker to knock on everyone's door and tell them what.
The other article we read said the town had about 800. So we'll see. We got to get on site to figure it out. If we can't get a billboard in Deputy, there are two options that we can discuss. We can either get a billboard at the next closest place, or we can get a bunch of those yard signs for like political ads made, and we can just stick them around Deputy Indiana that just say the same thing. What the billboard or yard sign will say is, "Congratulations to Deputy Indiana's own son," and then the winner. If it's Nick, it's Nick Schwartz. If it's me, it's Jeff Ramsey. And and then the people of Deputy Indiana will be incredibly confused because there's only 34 of them, and they would know if Andrew Panton was one of Deputy Indiana's favorite sons. And so we think that'll be very funny, and we'll just leave that up as long as we can. There's also been some discussion about installing an obelisk somewhere in Deputy Indiana for people to go visit and pay homage to. So we'll look into that in the future. That's not a part of this. Now, the loser, and we should get into this because we like to do things a little differently here at Face HQ. The loser is not the team that has the worst record, as it would be in baseball or basketball. Any pro sport, the team that has the shittiest record is the team that gets the best draft picks the next year. That's the benefit of losing. There's no benefit of losing here. And if you ask me, you have a finals game, right? You got team 1 versus team 2. Maybe they're both undefeated, whatever. This is the finals game. This is the face championship. You ask me, the real loser in a league is the loser of that game, because they got to the summit and they just couldn't crest it. They were right there. They were right under it, but they couldn't get that final 3 or 4 feet to get to the top of the mountain. And they're looking up at someone who does, and someone who does is looking or pissing right down on top of them in that moment. That's the fucking loser. The people who didn't get to climb the mountain, they didn't lose shit. They're fine. They're at Disney World right now. So the loser of this tournament is going to be the second place team.
perfect.
And the benefit, the benefit of winning is that you don't have to go through the loser's punishment. Because when you lose, we punish you. So here's what the punishment is for the losing team. Y'all remember I bought some dumbass big red Astro Boy boots a couple of months ago, and we agreed that they were very embarrassing. I wore them for my birthday, and it was really funny. They skinned my shins up real bad. I put them on again. The loser, once again, who's the second place person, there's a picture of the big red boots, has to wear those around the mall in their town Obviously, at Barton Creek Mall here in Austin or wherever. Andrew has 8 malls in a row. He can pick any of them. Probably the one furthest away from his house.
You're not wrong, actually. I probably would pick that one.
They have to walk around their mall with those boots on for an hour.
Oh, man.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. Well, also, I guess, like, anyone but you, we're going to get some Jeff skin in the boots as well, right? Because it rubbed off.
Oh, there's definitely Jeff skin in the. There's blood and skin in those boots.
I'll clean the blood and DNA off, but I will recommend you wear some tall socks. Whoever's going to be humping these things around.
I think I recommend you wear some tall socks, man. You're losing.
If I get second place,
I'm not
I'll
worried about
definitely
this.
be wearing those stupid fucking boots.
Gavin said that all of his players are out of position.
Well, I was just reorganizing some of my better names into the front. Into the front of the list, but now a lot of them are out of position, so I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means. I don't know how you did that, because you can change the batting order, but you, like, physically change the positions as opposed to just moving them up or down the lineup. You're crazy.
Yeah, we'll see.
Gavin's going to have 4 guys at first base.
Oh, man.
Why is he pitching from left field?
I was going to say, it's just an outfield full of pitchers. It's going to be awesome. They'll be gunning you down from right center, man. It's going to be nuts.
Should we randomize the teams now?
Oh,
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's
So-
do it.
So obviously, we use random.org.
Mm-hmm.
And are we using Aneg for what we're doing here?
Yeah, I
Is
think
that- we're good with that?
I think that works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we start
So-
with Anik.
So are we randomizing, and then the first name, like the name at the top of the list, is that going to be the one we're pulling from, and then we delete it, or how is the process of selecting these matchups go?
Hang on. But before we get into that, what does that mean?
So there's
You're
2
gonna
ways.
pull a name from a list
no.
and delete it?
Listen, there's 2 ways we can do this. We can either randomize it however many times and just say top 2 matchup 1, next 2 matchup 2, person at bottom, the fifth, the odd man out.
The sane way to do it.
I'm saying
Right. The regular,
well,
like the way
if
that
we
everyone
want
would
to
do it,
build suspense, we could do 1 and then just pull the name
Yes,
from the top,
yes.
delete it,
Okay.
and then do it
Yes.
again, and then
Yes.
pull
I'm gonna,
that name.
I'm gonna eat crow and say that your idea is better. It's insane, but it's a better idea.
It's way
Let's
better.
build
That's way
some
better,
suspense.
Yeah, Gavin, does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Now, how many
Okay,
randomizers
making
are we going to do?
Hey,
before
Eric.
Yeah,
Do you think when he said yes, he meant it?
I hope so. Boy, I
Okay.
hope so. Every
I
time
feel
I
like-
ask Gavin a question in this, I am hoping that he's being
Well,
honest.
you're
I
gonna-
feel like
the second one-
60% of Gavin yeses are no's.
I agree.
The second
with
one
that.
will be randomizing like 4 names, and then the next one will be
Yeah.
randomizing 3 names.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's got it.
A plus.
So that's what we'll do. How many randoms before we start?
I think
Pulling? Are we just gonna
42.
randomize once?
I believe
No,
40
no,
in honor of
let's-
Jackie Robinson. I think a good 42.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, I don't
All
think
right,
I'm going to
42.
randomize 40. No, I don't want to randomize 42 times.
It'll take you like 20 seconds.
You just have to do
All right.
42 clicks. We'll count with you.
All right, editor, just fast forward this part. Ready? Here. Okay, here goes. Again, it's Aneg order. Andrew, Nick, Eric, Jeff, Gavin. I'm not going to read them every time. I'm just going to count how many clicks I do. All right, here we go. 1.
Okay, this is
Oh,
going to
it
take way too
reloads the
long.
page every time?
Yeah,
never
okay.
mind. Never mind.
Forget
Never mind.
it.
5.
Okay.
We're doing 5. 5.
Okay, 1,
2.
2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, number 1 in round 1 will be
Oh,
Nick.
Nick.
Oh, shit.
Nick
my
is
God,
kicking it off for sure.
Nick is in. So that's our first one. So now,
We got to go back.
why would it do that? This is awful.
Dog shit.
You can just do 1 from here on out, right? We don't need to do it 5 times.
Yeah, we just do 1. Next, this is big.
All right,
Who
here we
will
go.
be
So
the
now
other
it's-
team?
And this will be Nick's opponent in round 1. The order right now is Andrew. And we're just going to do Aneg, but taking the person out. So
Aneg.
Andrew, Eric, Jeff, Gavin. Here we go. Randomize.
Oh,
I am facing Nick.
Eric
I am
versus Nick to
facing
start
Nick.
it off.
The
Wow.
first episode is Eric versus Nick.
We hope
Okay.
now.
Okay. I'm out. So now our second match. First person will be
Gavin.
Gavin.
Oh no, no! Now, this is high stakes because you don't
Yep.
want to be the odd man out. You're immediately going into an elimination scenario if
It's
you
rough.
are
Absolutely.
the fifth person. Jeff, good luck.
So, Gavin, who do you want to face?
I want to face Jeff, I think.
Oh,
Okay.
that's right. That's right.
And
you
here
do.
we go. Randomization between Andrew and Jeff.
Not me. Not me. Not me.
Gavin will be facing Jeff.
No!
Hell yeah. GPG.
No! I'm immediately in the elimination spot.
Episode 2, the G match.
Oh, fuck.
And that makes Andrew our odd man out.
Shit.
So,
Loser.
in game 3.
That was mean.
Sorry, I'm all riled up. I'm fired up now.
So game 1 today will be Nick against me.
Okay.
Game 2, our next episode will be Gavin against Jeff. Game 3 will be Andrew against the lowest scoring loser from round 1. Here's the thing. They might be 1-0 games. There might be ties. We will come up with a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
We will figure out the tiebreaker if the need be. However, the important thing here is that there's a lot of chance here for Nick, myself, Gavin, and Jeff to make it into this second round. Andrew is immediately in the elimination game.
I think this is fair because, like, the last 6 drafts or randomizers we've done, I've won. I come in first, like, every time I've come in first. So it only makes sense that I'm last. I want Gavin. To answer to any questions, I want Gavin. Get down here, Gavin. I want to take you out after that comment. I want you, you dick soup son of a bitch. Come down here. Bring it down here.
Okay, firstly, that wasn't in the episode. And secondly, I'll see you down there shortly.
Baseball.
Oh
my
my
God.
God.
Shit. America's pastime.
Okay, Reagan not making next year's team.
The old gridiron. The beautiful game.
Oh,
Spaghetti! Yeah! 2 teams guided by fate. The champion wins their very own billboard in Deputy, Indiana.
Jacob Mayonnaise.
He's got mayonnaise.
This is Face Off.
Oh.
That's
Okay.
me on the left.
Is it?
Yes.
What the fuck is...
The other thing I just wanted to quickly add, and this is a complete aside to everything, we launched Face Off in the process.
Yeah.
It might be done by the time. We're looking for a new game. I wanted to show you guys something. I was playing around in UFC 4. I'd like to submit UFC 4 as a candidate for maybe our next game. UFC 5 comes out at the end of the month, but UFC 4 has Action Bronson in it. It has a full tournament mode. And so I threw this together in like 15 minutes. I made a character. This is my official visual pitch for UFC 4 being worth quickly made.
This is what Gavin has in mind. It is you can make a team of something. I feel like that's it.
That's done.
Yeah.
UFC 4
So
it
I
is.
quickly threw
Yeah.
together
I
the
second-
Bellyacre against Action Bronson.
Is that like a budget foghorn leghorn on that guy's chest?
I
What's going
think
on
so.
there?
Yeah, that was one of the animal tattoos. So I went full stomach chicken, Tums in tattoo on the left. You can spell words. It's there's not like a lot of color options, but you can do some real dumb stuff. And it has like a full already baked in tournament as well as a UFC like event mode. So
That's fantastic.
Can the maybe we might have to make like a couple of fighters. I think like we make like heavyweights, like a light heavyweight and
Yeah.
whatever. Does the AI fight the AI? We can like
Yes.
make that happen.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
absolutely.
so.
Oh,
God, this is so cool.
yeah.
How many different weight classes are there?
Oh, there's a lot.
1, 2,
There's like
3,
7.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It looks like 11 maybe.
Not to
Oh,
get
wow.
well, that's too many. But how I like the idea of us having a roster of talent but they all bridge or they all are on different weight classes. So you can only have like one heavyweight, one lightweight, one bantamweight.
Maybe we just do like the 5.
Five?
UFC originally just had 5. Yeah, so we
Let's
just
do 5.
lightweight,
That sounds
welterweight,
awesome.
middleweight, light heavyweight, heavyweight.
It's a lot of
I-
fights, guys.
I already. Oh yeah, that's true. Well, we'll
That's
figure
a
it out.
great
Maybe 3.
point.
Maybe 3 is good. But we need a roster, right? We
Yeah,
can't
I
do
think
one person.
that's important because we made a whole team for Face
Right.
Off. We're all the front office for our teams. Now we're scouring the globe for the greatest fighters
Yes.
in these 3 weight classes. We're putting together our
I love this.
our ideal fighting team, and we have to see who brings home the championship in each weight class. And then we see how it all plays out, but if we need people to sort of like mix weight classes around, we might have to see what happens there.
I'm excited to find out if any of my baseball players end up in UFC, if they've switched careers.
Wow.
Let's see some crossover.
You told me
I never even considered
Jacob
that.
Mayonnaise could be in UFC 4?
I just proved episodes 2 and 3 of Face Off phenomenal.
Great.
Tremendous.
Great episodes.
Well, get ready
Awesome.
for episode 4 because it won't be.
Don't worry, baby. You got 4 and 5 coming down the pipe.
Five out of 6 tremendous episodes in that series. Hey, I have I wouldn't say it's like it's not a life hack, but it's maybe a life pro tip. I learned the hard way last night. I went to brush my teeth, and like Andrew, I try to be kind to my partner by not making a lot of noise or turning the lights on as well. And so I walked into my bathroom, total lights out, and but there's like enough moonlight coming through the window that I need to brush my teeth. And so I put toothpaste on my toothbrush and I brushed my teeth in the dark. And the second I put the toothbrush in my mouth, I realized that what feels like an appropriate squirt when you can't see and what is an appropriate squirt are very different. And my life pro tip is never brush your teeth in the dark. Ever. ever. I got about, I don't know, a shot glass full of toothpaste in my mouth all at once, it felt like. And I choked on it. I made all the noise in the world, gagging. It was brutal. And I don't know if you've ever tried to brush your teeth with too much toothpaste, but it's not good. Toothpaste in moderation.
God.
That's my life pro tip.
I want to.
I don't.
That's crazy.
That's your well, I guess, yeah, it is crazy. I guess it would be funny. Maybe that could be like a fun punishment, like Face Off.
You got to brush your teeth with like a whole tube of toothpaste.
Or the boots are full of toothpaste.
That's next season.
Oh,
God damn.
People have been very kind about our Let's Play videos. A lot of people saying it's gone from the summer of 98 to the winter of 2012.
That's a compliment, they're saying?
And I saw that someone was confused about why Andrew only got to play once in the face-off, and someone suggested that he should have played Becca for his second round, which makes no sense, but also makes total sense.
Yeah.
In our universe.
And by the way, without spoiling anything, but Andrew came up with a mechanic for the next season. That makes the ladder make more sense. It balances the teams better. I think the way we did it makes total sense when you look at it and evaluate it. But I think the new idea that Andrew came up with is going to make it. It actually makes me more excited about season 2 because we get to do it.
But you got to watch season 1 first, otherwise you're lost.
That's true.
big matchup this week, right? You and I, Jeff, for one people. Oh, it'll be over, I guess.
Oh, it'll absolutely be over. Yeah. No, but yeah, you can talk about how exciting it was.
Yeah. Oh, it was real exciting. I had hope. I had a brief moment. All I did that entire series was lose. I lost the randomizer. I lost our game. First one eliminated on a raft by myself for a bit.
Face was a really valuable property for Rooster Teeth, and it because of that was more complicated to acquire the rights to, and so we did, but it just took a long time. It was just a lot of back and forth, and trying to acquire what we could and as much as we could, and we're very happy to report that we own the entire back catalog of Face. We own the name Face. We own all of the merchandising designs for Face, all of the supplemental Face content. We own Face Off, which was the first exclusive show. The only stuff we didn't maintain the rights to was the Let's Play content.
And the song, I guess.
And the song. The Let's Play content and the song. Okay, so that's my first idea, Rat Mall.
Can we wear exterminator clothes?
Yeah, I think we should.
I think you can dress however it makes you feel like you are best at finding the rat.
I want to come up with my
like that a
own
lot.
pest control company and get a logo made and wear a big...
I know what Nick will be
overall
wearing.
thing.
He'll be wearing a big pair of red boots.
That's right.
You don't think Nick can parallel park?
Yeah.
Should we have a parallel park off so you does it
Hell
better?
yeah.
Sure.
I think it's the
Who-
guy that
hang on.
doesn't drive.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where do you think you rank in the parallel park off, Gavin?
I don't think I'll be the best, but I don't think I'll be the worst. And I think potentially I could do it quicker and better than someone who drives.
And who do you think that is?
How about double or nothing on the boots, Gavin?
On the oh no!
Why?
If I have to do boots, I'm going to wait a year like you did.
Wait, double or
I'm not
nothing
waiting.
on the boots. That would mean you have to wear 2
Full
pairs
boots?
of boots.
I'll put a second pair on my hands.
Twice as long. Twice as long.
Walk around the mall dog style in red boots.
Looking like fucking Pluto. Going for a walk.
What the hell?
Yeah, I immediately wasn't thinking double or nothing. I was thinking like Meg style double or double.
That is the way that she does it. Double or double. You're disadvantaged somehow either way. Oh, man.
Group trip?
Yeah.
I really
you miss
appreciate
out.
Nick immediately pushing for the food road trip. Just
Of
as
course,
soon as
that's his heart and soul. That's his blood. Yeah, that's what he wants.
maybe Nick can do the red boots that day. Really build like a needing to
The
eat an
mall
appetite.
and the bagel shop are on opposite sides of town, unfortunately.
Damn it.
I was hoping you would use it, so well, just to see if you would keep calling Nick the mechanic or the mechanic.
Some people don't like that I call him the Mecha-Nick, and they think that I've got it wrong somehow and that I'm not doing it on purpose. I think Mecha-Nick is so much cooler than Mechanic. Mechanic is a dude named Nick who fixes cars. Mecha-Nick is a giant robot named Nick who fixes cars.
Hell yeah.
That's right.
I imagine him as just Nick as he is now, normal human man, but with one of those wind-up things sticking out of his back.
You know what, though?
Oh,
I like that, too, but for some reason, he has Oakley razor blades on. Yeah.
Oh, the sun.
He's got the wind up in his back and then Oakley razor blades on. And he's like, that's his, I don't know why, that's his robot look.
Wow.
Maybe we can get in the lab and make Nick a backpack that looks like one of those wind-up keys.
He can only wear it if he has the boots on.
yeah. He's got to be wearing the
You
boots.
can't be making him cool fashion
Yeah.
items before he wears the boots.
Mecha Nick is powered by red boots.
Yeah, we'll wind him up and he'll just plod around in the boots.
Key, right? It's always a key in the back for some reason.
We got to do Nick in the boots.
I've been trying to push for it for quite a while.
We have so much to do. We also have Face Off Season 2. We
Yeah.
have Wheel of Decades coming up, which I'm very excited about. I'm really excited about this Limbo thing. And of course, our summer, we got Nick in the Boots thing, which will have to be a summer trip, I think, at this point.
Okay.
To the mall, I mean, a summer trip to the mall.
A summer? Wait, summer?
Well, when else are we going to do it?
Anytime. It's just him wearing boots.
Why is that what you're incredulous about? Like, what?
It just became spring, is his point.
Yeah, like that feels so long.
I just feel like I'm about to be out of town forever. And then we have the anniversary to get ready for and all the store stuff and all the stuff, content that we have to prepare for that. And then that whole big thing. And then you're going to turn around. It's going to be June. And then I figured then we do it.
Well, there's a scenario in which Face Off Season 2 is not that far away, and I don't think we can start that until Nick films the boots.
I think you're right about that, actually.
I don't think it can begin until that comes out.
I'll eagerly await that scenario. But I do think that we can start trying to pencil this thing in on the calendar. But I have a feeling what Jeff said is pretty accurate. It's going to be a minute before we can probably get to it.
I just know how hard it is for us to schedule stuff in person. And I just am just feeling like we're more busy than we think.
Hopefully, it's much easier soon. God, I hope so. We just don't have to keep using your kitchen.
Well, the boots aren't going to do any good in my kitchen.
No. We are taking a break from those because they usually go on like our Monday slot. Like we've just been kind of like throwing stuff out on like Mondays and everything. Just like, oh, here's like some blindsides, whatever. It's been fun. It's been like a cool little like extra thing. But by the time this comes out, when this is out, go back, go to the Patreon because Face Off is coming out week to week. This is the first season of Face Off. If you've never caught it before, because it was behind the paywall, whatever. That is starting on the 28th, which was a couple days ago at this point. Face Off Season 1, first episode is out now. And
That's
we'll
exciting.
have every week a new episode all the way through, I think, the first week of June. So every Monday, Face Off. Go check it out.
Are those
Hell yeah.
only on Patreon or are they on Patreon and YouTube?
I believe they're just on Patreon.
Okay. And they're free on Patreon?
Sure. I have bog standard and above. Do you need to make them free on Patreon so I can make an adjustment to our calendar?
No, I'm just clarifying. I was just asking.
Oh no, I'm just asking. I need to know what we're. Oh, Nick finally found the thing. 10 minutes later, Nick found the thing he was looking for.
Play it, Nick.
Timely.
I thought the idea was to put it for free, and then the new series is on Patreon.
Yeah.
So there's a new series?
There will be a season 2 that we'll talk about more in the future because I want to run by some ideas with you guys that I have for that. But yeah, why don't we make season 1 free to everyone because it's old and people
free
can catch up.
Free on Patreon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Works for me.
Gavin, is that what you're saying also?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just making sure. This is welcome to what our Monday meetings are usually like, everyone. Thank you so much. Appreciate your patience. Thank you.
It's every Monday on our Patreon for free, starting on the day that you said, the 28th, I believe.
Yeah, 2 days ago at this point.
Yep, 2 days ago. You were already probably seen the first one. I think it's going to be really cool because I have no idea what percentage of the audience have seen those videos because they were behind the first paywall when they came out. So there might be a surprisingly large amount of people that have never got to watch the first season. So I'm excited to see.
And I think it's 6 episodes in total. So it'll be 6 weeks every Monday. Go check out Face Off Season 1.
So then that gives us 6 weeks to figure out how to do season 2?
Season 2 is largely put together. I just need Gavin's info. And then
I'm done with
everything
mine.
is.
I'm going to send it to you.
Okay, well, once you send it to me, then I can start working on that. And then
I've got it.
be
You
good.
can't have it, but I have it.
Didn't we all turn that info in like 6 months ago?
Yeah, it was probably like November.
Yeah.
Jeff did it immediately when I asked. It took some other people a bit longer, and that's okay.
I mean, I did a full team immediately, and then every couple of days I'd go in and take out stuff that I didn't like as much and replace it with new stuff. I've just been doing that.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was so interesting hearing your process of you made more than you need and then cut down. Something like this would never operate that way. I would just reach what the number was and then.
Yeah, I probably cut like 50% at this point.
Usually I get like 85% of the way there and then have to fucking stretch that last 15.
I actually have something I wanted to bring up. And
I'm excited.
This was pitched to me by our friend Alyssa, and I've been kind of sitting on it, but I think it's a good idea, and it's something I want to explore. I just don't know how to explore it.
Okay.
I feel like we're sometimes an outdoors podcast, especially when Jeff is on a bike, seeing a snake, being afraid of a snake, but you have to do that when you're out in public, right? You got to be in these public areas, and sometimes you get too tired, sometimes you get too hot, sometimes you just need to have a seat. What was pitched to me, and I think we should do, is we should do commemorative benches. We should get commemorative benches around the United States. So that way everyone knows, have a regulation seat in the park and just kind of hang out. There's a bunch of different kinds. I think we have to talk to different cities, but imagine that the second picture that I sent is a dog and he's hanging out on a memorial bench with a bunch of memorial things on it. That's it. Some of these are just bench sponsorships and not dedicated to people who died, which I'm sure a lot of people think that's what it is normally.
God.
So just a regulation bench.
I think it's great. I think we
it.
should try and put 50 regulation benches down in America, one in each state. And the challenge is to sit on each one.
I think we got to have a regulation bench in every state, and we have to physically sit on it and do a podcast from it.
Could the first one be in Deputy?
Well, that's sort of where my mind is going with this.
Right. But I just don't know. I don't know if Deputy has any parks or benches or people
that's a struggle for sure. Remove Deputy. What if, because there's one bench in this photo that you're listing that has multiple things on it. If we lock down a bench and then whoever wins face off gets to put a thing on that bench. And it's like the Stanley Cup where like the team gets engraved onto the thing, but the prize every season is you get to add an engravement of your choice to the bench.
So like our trophy each year is just
a plaque on the bench
that people can sit on. And every year we'll put a new plaque on for the winners.
Yes. The winner gets to pick what the plaque is for that bench. And we just keep adding as we do seasons.
I also think we can absolutely do the bench and Deputy. I think we go to Home Depot when we buy a bench, we put the plaque on ourselves and we just drop it somewhere in Deputy, Indiana. We do the podcast, then we leave it and we see if it stays. I like everything about everybody's idea, and I think this is perfect because we pitched an idea a while back called Hide and Speak, where we do podcasts in public where people can't see us. Remember? Talked about kind of like what we did with the Halo video with Gavin's Halo video, where he showed us where he would hide and hit on girls while other people were playing Halo. It's one girl. It's kind of like that. It's an old idea. It's on the sheets idea. But anyway, I love this idea because I've been wanting to do podcasts outside anyway, and I love the idea of commemorating. I like to sit. I'm a big sitter.
We need to get into. You guys took a trip that I've been eagerly waiting to hear about.
We took a secret surprise trip.
A secret surprise trip to the center of our universe. How did it go? You guys drove there. What was that like?
So here's what we did last week. We are desperate to do season 2 of Fuck Face Off, but we figure we cannot in good conscience make a season 2 of Face Off until we make good on the reward and the punishment of season 1. To catch people up at the old company, the old podcast, we did a show called Face Off. It was a sports league. The winner got a billboard with their name and face listed as Deputy's favorite son, erected in Deputy, Indiana, the center of the face and regulation universe, which is a whole thing I'm not going to get into. You'll have to look that one up. I'm not going to dive into that. The punishment was, and the unique thing about Face Off as a show is it's a 5-person show, first to fifth. You know, we have 5 contestants. First place gets the victory. The winner gets the billboard in the center of the universe. Last place isn't the loser. Second place is the real loser because they were close to winning. They got as close to winning as possible without winning, which I think is the ultimate lose. So we decided to punish second place, which in this case was Nick, by making Nick wear the big red boots for 1 hour in a mall. We figured kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We rented a car, rented a big ass like a Suburban, I think,
like a
Chevy Suburban,
like a Chevy Silverado, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Big ass car.
And Gavin, Eric, Nick, and myself hopped in it in Austin, Texas, and we drove nonstop from Austin, Texas to Deputy, Indiana.
Wow.
It was a 16-hour drive. We left at about 11 a.m. We stayed in Louisville because there is nowhere to stay in Deputy.
They didn't want you staying in Deputy. They didn't want you coming to Deputy. They didn't want you doing anything in Deputy.
If there was a place to stay in Deputy, you couldn't pay me enough to stay there. Not the center of the regulation universe is not the friendliest place on earth. I'll say that. It's no Disneyland. And so we stayed in Louisville, Kentucky, which was just under an hour outside of Deputy. It's like a suburb of Louisville, Kentucky is like a suburb of Deputy, Indiana, I guess. Would be how you would describe it.
Is that how you would describe it? Yeah. Louisville, Kentucky is suburb of Deputy? Okay. All right. Yeah, sure.
This country is so damn big. We worked out on the way that you could drive from London to Edinburgh and back in less time than driving to Deputy, Indiana.
Crazy.
This was the longest road trip you've ever taken, right, Gavin?
Oh, by far.
Yeah.
I was looking at the time going down, and I was just I was like creating little milestones in my head. I'm like, like halfway will be good. When there's like 1,000 miles left, that'll be good. But there was something really demoralizing about being excited for it to go into single digits. I remember looking at the time and celebrating. Oh, great! Now there's 9 hours and 59 minutes left. I was like, oh my god, I could fly to England in less time.
Yeah. Oof.
Gavin was excited to have his first American road trip, and then he had his first American road trip.
Yeah, it was a lot. I think the most demoralizing part to me is when you would be on the road for 4.5 hours, and then you'd look at not the time, but the map of the United States and realize how little you've gone in the drive and how far across the country you still have to go. That was brutal. That was tough. But
I gotta say though, really enjoyed it.
Fun as hell. We had such a good time in that car. It was a blast. Honestly, it was 16 hours, it flew by because
Felt
it was
like 11.
so much fun.
Yeah.
It felt like 11.
Yeah.
It was really cool, like just road trip style stopping and finding all kinds of cool like things to do and snacks to eat, like these chorizo and Chipotle Fritos that were the worst tasting thing we've ever had. But then they taste so good that you can't stop eating them, because if you stop, you get the initial taste again, then that's bad.
It's like the bell curve of food. It's horrific on the way in, and then it evens out, and you're like, oh, this is actually quite nice. And then the aftertaste is foul, so you have to keep eating them.
Yeah, I've never had to thread a needle with food quite like these Fritos, but it's like bad at the beginning and bad at the end, but great in the middle. Really bizarre. And you just got to try to it's back when I was an alcoholic and I was trying to maintain a level of drunk. You know, you're like trying to maintain that middle Frito flavor without dipping into aftertaste. Yeah.
It's like that water in the tuxedo that makes you thirsty. You just have to keep drinking.
So it was a lot of fun. You can go and watch the video of us that's out by now. When this episode comes out, the video will be out. At the time of this recording, it has not been edited, so we can't see what it is and what it ultimately came out to be. But it was a lot of fun to make.
It's the longest video we've ever made.
Wow.
Is it really?
Yeah, well, it's the longest live action anything we've made.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
So ultimately, there were two things that we did on this trip. And the first was go to Deputy and erect the billboard, then put the sign up.
Should I post a picture?
Yeah,
Please.
you can do that. Look at these. Look at these.
Here's the deal. So we created the reward, which is to have your face on a billboard in Deputy, Indiana, before we bothered to check if Deputy, Indiana is a big enough place to have billboards.
It
It's
doesn't.
not.
Yeah.
It doesn't. There's not a billboard within 20 miles of Deputy, Indiana, I don't think. So I spent a couple of months on the internet searching and finding, and then eventually I found a place that sells mini billboards, like mini metallic, like built to scale, accurate billboards. They were out of stock. I had to wait for them to come back in stock. I bought them. We put it together. I made the billboard graphic, stuck it on, did all this 2 days before we left for the trip. By the way, I was really racing the gun there. And that's what you're seeing in the image there. That's the billboard.
I think it's so funny that we expected or hoped that there'd be a billboard there when they don't even have a hotel, or there's no place for you to even stay. The idea that they'd have a promotional piece for you to see, we couldn't have been further off. But that
Couldn't have
billboard,
been further off.
mini billboard, is so funny.
I kind of want to turn this part over to Gavin and have him explain what it was to get the shot, because it was maybe the most frustrated I've ever seen him, and I felt so bad.
Can I just say real fast, I've been performing with Gavin for over a decade, 15 years. It might be in the top 10 Gavin meltdowns I've ever seen.
I melted.
Really?
I've worked on films, like actual movies that went to the theaters, and it was not as stressful as this. It took, I want to say, 6 attempts to get this forced perspective shot. I could run through each one. The first one, right? I set it all up. You got to like make sure it's all right and the focus goes to the right place. And I spent ages doing it, and then you kind of have to let go of everything and hope it doesn't all fall over and blow over in the wind. So I did that. I get everyone there. I give everyone the eye line. I'm like, all right, and then we'll start talking. And then Eric was like, oh, it's a video. I was like, yeah, we're making a video, aren't we? He's like, oh, I just needed to know it was a video. So I was like, you want to do a photo? So on my watch, I stopped recording and I flipped it over to photo. And then I got yelled at a bunch. And then we decided, in fact, to do a video. so on my watch, because I was like, I could just take a still frame. We might as well just do it as the whole, part of the video. So I flipped on my watch. I flipped the camera back to video. And when you do that, it forgets what you focused on, and it focused like directly on the pole of the sign. So we were completely out of focus. So I got back to it. I was like, oh, and it sucked too, because we'd already been kind of run out of that area by a curious guy who was like, oh, what are you guys doing? And what he was really saying was, get away from here.
They were doing like a pincer maneuver. It was him and one other guy coming from another area to like decode what they're doing.
So we fled.
Jeff,
we got the hell out of there.
Exactly.
We went somewhere else. Location
Jeff
2.
what?
Will you talk to us?
Jeff scared him off by overloading him with information and words he's never heard before. The guy just like stopped approaching and was like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I kill him with kindness and verbosity. The guy walks up and goes, what y'all doing? And I go, I'm going to tell you exactly what we're doing. So we run a podcast, and the four of us are from 4 different locations on the planet. We triangulated the center point of the universe from all of our, and the guy's just like, his eyeballs were spinning by the time I was done with the explanation. And then I had to explain it again because he goes,
Oh, yeah.
huh? So I said, I'll do it again.
He said, so you're from here?
Yeah, and then we just got in the car. I was already in the car. I filmed this from the car because I was like, oh God, give me it.
You filmed it? That's awesome.
Yeah. So we scrambled away to location 2. We parked up at the side of the road. At this point, we're kind of scared about being seen by anyone because no one is enjoying what we're doing.
We waved at a couple, and they mean mugged us so hard. They were sitting on their front porch, and Eric gave them a big old wave. And I've never seen somebody flip the bird without actually flipping the bird that hard.
Yeah, that their face flipped us off. And we weren't doing anything. We were, what it was 4 guys stood in the field or on the edge of the road, basically, and 1 guy lying down, fumbling over a camera.
Oh.
Attempt 2, right? Put it down, get it all set up. Halfway through doing the little bit of video, wind blows it over. Blows the camera over. Go back to it. I set it up again. By this point, Eric is losing it. Like every time we have to stop, Eric is just like staring at Jeff or like staring at the car or like storming away. And I'm feeling even more stressed because I just like anytime we're doing something that isn't scripted, which is most stuff, you don't want to keep doing it because all the stuff that we laugh at the first time is not funny the second time. You want it to be as real as possible. And at this point, we're on take 3. I go back. We do it all. Do the whole thing. I go back to my phone. I've got a 4-second clip. I realized afterwards, someone phoned me 4 seconds into the recording and ended the video. And at this point, I don't know what to do. I'm just like, why can't I do this? Why do I suck so much? I'm like blowing everyone's time. I'm blowing everyone's funny. We're losing all the good stuff. So I just take a breather. I'm just like, all right, calm down. I want to take the same amount of time again, make sure the shot's right, get it all focused up again. We do it all again. I go back to my phone and it's overheated. I can't use this phone because it's too hot. I have to wait for it to cool down. And we didn't even get halfway through the video. So at this point, I just don't know what to do. I'm just like, I can't do this. We've come all the way here and I can't film this freaking video. I'm freaking out. Eric wants to, I don't know, kick something on my head or something. He is fuming. I ended up taking Jeff's phone. And I think on take 5, I think we got it.
I can confirm it was take 5 because my experience with all of this was the only update I had gotten since the trip began was that you guys went to a McDonald's, which I was very excited about because I had McDonald's the same day. I felt unified with you guys, just coincidentally. Then there was a drive that was posted, a Google Drive of a bunch of files, 4 files to be specific. And I was like, oh, I don't know anything about this trip. I'm trying to avoid info on it, but I'll listen to whatever this is. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm listening to. And so I start the first one and you guys are doing the thing. And I'm like, oh, wow, they're doing the billboard thing. This is great. And then it wraps up. And I was like, oh, that was a funny little video right there. And then Gavin just goes, wasn't recording. Didn't record. And then the sigh. And then I go to the next one, part 2, and I realize, oh, they're doing the billboard again because he wasn't recording. And then each one, I just heard the different failure at the end of it and all of the different variations of takes and the building defeat that was accumulating with each one. It was a real joy to listen to each one, knowing that something went wrong for each part of it.
It was so bizarre because it so wasn't a big deal, but something about how unfriendly we felt in Deputy made us want to get the fuck out of there quickly, which is weird because it's the center of our universe, not theirs. So if anything, they should feel uncomfortable, not us. But we felt uncomfortable. And also, it was 84 degrees, but it was somehow 120 degrees where we were. Like, it was hot enough at 84 degrees to overheat Gavin's phone. We felt like we were like we were ants, under a magnifying glass. And then I've never felt worse for Gavin than I did because he was struggling so hard, and I genuinely could see it, and I wanted to help him, but and I'm not being silly. There was nothing for me to do because everything he was doing stuff that was very easy. It just wouldn't go right. But so there was like no way to assist other than with moral support. And I just we were in Deputy, Indiana for 30 minutes, but it felt like 4 hours. It was really wild.
None of my frustration with what was being filmed was at Gavin. It was all at being like, our hands are tied. Like, this is the thing that he is doing. And then it's like, oh, we definitely got it that time. Nope. And it's like, crazy.
I wanted to make sure the force perspective was perfect each time. So it was taking me like multiple minutes to set it up. And then I had to take like a little test recording because I can't, I'm lying on the floor with the sun pulverizing my face. The screen is so dark. So I'm doing little test shots, and then I'm taking the camera, I'm watching back the test just to make sure it's working. I'm putting it back. So each attempt, because at the end of each take, we moved the camera. Like, we had Eric pick up the camera, or like I kicked the camera, or like some like little gag about the force perspective. So we must have been, I don't know, I felt like I was lying down for like half an hour total on the side of the road.
It was brutal. It was really, really brutal. But we eventually got it, and we were really happy about getting it. Like, when we finally did it, it was awesome. I was really happy to have my billboard erected in Deputy, and it was really cool. Because when you watch the video, you'll see it's really fantastic. And then to celebrate, we also signed the official Face Off Season 1 baseball. And I know that this is something that Jeff kind of wanted to talk about because we hid the baseball right under this sign that says Deputy Indiana.
So what a really funny thing, we decided we wanted to leave a souvenir, right? A little Easter egg in the form of an autographed baseball. So for anybody that may come along and find it, so we all autographed it, wrote like, congratulations, Eric, season 1 face-off winner, whatever. We wrapped it back up in the plastic that it comes in, and we stuck it at the base of this Deputy sign, just in case somebody comes by over the next year, whenever, and finds it, and it happens to be a regulation listener. What a neat little surprise for them, right? The thing that I found that was incredibly funny is that on the subreddit, the regulation subreddit today, is a thread from this guy who goes to Deputy with his golden Gerpler to take a photo in front of the Deputy sign. However, he took a photo in front of the other Deputy sign.
Oh,
there are two signs. There's one like going east in, and then there's one on the other side coming west in. We saw, guys, when we were driving out in the periphery, we could see a Dollar General. I think I mentioned it. I was like, oh, look, they actually have a Dollar General. That's actually a store. He was there. The other Deputy sign is over by that Dollar General. So he drove all the way in, took a photo in front of the Deputy sign, was less than probably 2 miles away from the other Deputy sign with the autographed baseball that was just sitting there waiting for him.
That's such a bummer.
Couldn't believe it when I saw that Reddit today.
It's one of the most unintentionally funny photos I've ever seen. Like, they don't understand how hilarious this photo is when they're taking it. That sucks that they missed it.
They were so close. And also, when we say they're so close, you can see all of Deputy Indiana from Deputy Indiana. Like, there's no, you're just looking at the whole thing. There's nothing to it, man. It's crazy.
If there wasn't a bend in the road, you might be able to see Deputy sign to Deputy sign.
Yep.
There's Eric at the other Deputy sign dropping the.
Yep. Putting it in there. It's such a, dude, we hit it right there. So I guess if you're listening to this and you're near Deputy, See if it's there. Go get it, unless it got mowed.
That's what I love about this is we have now created a rat race like scenario for people that naturally live around Deputy.
Yeah.
And this poor guy may be 8 hours late into listening to this and realizing what had occurred.
Yeah.
If you do get it, make sure to post it in the
Post,
subreddit or something.
please.
so
Oh,
we
you
can-
gotta let us know. You gotta let us know.
so people don't go forever.
It wasn't all about. Also, on the way out of Deputy, we stopped at a baseball card shop, and Jeff had to buy baseball cards.
Cool.
It wasn't just about putting a billboard up for me, because it was also a punishment that was sprung on Nick because he had no idea that we were going to do it
Wait,
while we
what?
were in Deputy.
Yeah.
What?
So one of the big challenges on the road trip was that I had to bring the comically large, giant red rubber boots with me and not have Nick see it. So I have a giant suitcase for an overnight trip while everybody else just has a backpack. And I'm like, I just travel heavy. I don't know what to say. I feel like a fucking asshole the entire time wheeling my suitcase around while everybody else essentially has like a McDonald's bag with underwear in it as their luggage. So we had it hidden in the back of the Suburban, and we drive now back to Louisville. But Eric creates this scenario where we can't drive straight into Louisville because of traffic for an international food festival that they're having. And so we have to skirt the city and go around, which just happens to take us by the mall.
Yeah.
When we get close to the mall, I remind everybody that I forgot to bring pants, and I'm scared it's going to be cold at night. And maybe, there's my suitcase. It's just as stupid. And
So Jeff is talking. We're like, let's go get lunch. And then, hey, Jeff's like, I want to get pants. It's going to be cold. And also, maybe we can go get steak for dinner, which that's all Nick needed to hear to not ask questions and to go along with whatever this is going to be so he can get steak. So I take us to a barbecue restaurant. We eat there. And then Jeff's like, there's like a JC Penney right across the street.
by the way, good barbecue restaurant.
Pretty
I don't
good.
remember what it was called.
Mission Barbecue, I think.
It was like for a Louis, we're Texans, so we have barbecue opinions, and I got to say, it was really good, and I appreciated that it was like a veteran-run, veteran-supported place. It was neat.
It was the only meal I had in Louisville that wasn't cold.
Yeah.
Gavin had. Even
He had bad
Gavin's
food luck.
McDonald's was cold.
Yeah.
Even my
it was
Big
bad
Mac
food
was
luck.
cold. Everything arrived cold there.
So we were across the street from JC Penney, and Jeff's like, I just want to run and get pants so we can do steak, and Nick's all in. And so we go across the street, and then I'm like, look, a Dillard's. And then Nick's like, this looks like a mall. Too bad you guys didn't bring the red boots. And then we went, well, Nick, get a load of this. Because while we were inside the barbecue restaurant, Jeff ran out to the car, took them out of the bag, put them in the front seat with me, and then I pulled them up and revealed them for Nick, who got to wear the red boots at the mall.
Nick, you look so good.
Yeah, I felt great.
Dude, you look like you're ready to be the lead in a new Dead Rising game. That looks awesome.
I'm not as mobile as those guys. When we were at the barbecue restaurant, Jeff disappeared. I ran to the restroom, and then Gavin also came into the restroom, and I went back to the table, and Jeff wasn't there. And I was like, he must have gone around to the bathroom. So it felt all set up perfectly. And also before that, Jeff unknowingly set the stage by walking past the steakhouse, which is by the hotel, and saying, we probably need pants for that. He's like, and I didn't bring any. So he had unintentionally set me up for this moment by making me think, well, he really needs pants. So when I stepped out of here, I was very disappointed. But I did keep the hope alive that while walking with these, he would go and buy pants so we could actually go and have steak.
The whole time he's walking, he's like, so when is Jeff getting pants so we can have steak? And we're like, we're not doing that.
He's like, we're still doing the steak, right? Like, that was real. That part of this was real. It's like, no, the steak's not real, man. We're not doing steak.
No, what are you talking
I'm not going to go buy
about?
pants. He's like, but I really wanted the steak.
I really wanted the steak. I was also frustrated because we had just eaten. So I was full, but I was like, we could get Annie Ann's, but I'm still full. There's desserts here. I was like, this is such a waste. And then all of this occurred.
Nick was
These booths.
the most popular person at the Louisville Mall. He made friends with the lady at Dillard that could not get enough of him.
I was just walking around watching other people's faces. It literally, they caught everyone's eye. Like, no one could ignore them. It was crazy.
There was like a 9-year-old who thought he was really cool.
Eric and Gavin wouldn't walk with Nick. They were like 10 feet behind, like they don't know him. So I had to walk with Nick. I might as well have been wearing the boots because I had to walk around with Nick so we didn't feel like ostracized.
I kept eyeing Gavin the whole time because he had the camera, and
Yeah,
I
I
just
was
kept
filming.
looking at him and just staring at him.
Nick kept taking off his hat and hiding his face.
Yeah,
He was trying to be British for a bit.
He was
Like
hiding for a
anyone was
little
looking
bit.
at his face.
He kept saying that he was called Gavin, and then during that pose at the end, he was just like, "Take the picture, take the picture, take the picture."
He was really losing it at the end. really lost steam at the end there.
Just off camera as a family waiting to cross by this photo that is occurring, and they're just waiting for this. I'm like, take the picture, take the picture, take the picture, take the picture, take the picture.
So we were at the mall. We walked up and down it. We walked everywhere. We looked around it. We went into stores. Nick didn't even try to get food or snack. There was Cinnabon. There was the cookies. He didn't try to get anything. He was like full on, get me out of here. But don't worry, it was also destroying his shins the whole time. Every step he took.
He was bleeding by the end of it.
Yeah, I got a couple scabs, but they're healing up now.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Nick. That's
That's all. It was worth it. It was worth it. The thing I kept saying to them and thinking to myself was, I have a son. He's gonna find the internet one day. And then I was thinking, and my wife, if she sees this, she may not be my wife anymore.
This is the last straw. I'm doing the last straw.
Yeah. So it was a really eventful trip to pay off both things from Face Season 1. So I hope everyone gives us some grace, and we appreciate the patience everyone had with paying this off. Over the last year, we had a lot of other things that were a slightly higher priority, like starting this show and other shows and continuing the show and
paying our
getting-
bills.
Yeah, getting health insurance.
It was funny.
Stuff like
We
that.
were doing that stream with the Falcons because
Yeah.
once a month we have like a Falcon tier exclusive event on Patreon. So we were just on Discord, and they were helping us fill the bit barrel. And so many suggestions were like, go and do the red boots, go and put up the billboard. And we'd just gone back, I think. So we were just like,
Yep.
well, stay tuned.
It was it was a lot of fun. Louisville is a bit, it's like 600,000 people, I think, and
Yeah, 680,000.
yeah, it's like it's big and small at the same time. There was like no one really out and about, but then there was like this food festival next to the hotel that was pretty cool, and I don't know, there was like stuff, and we kind of hopped around or whatever. One of my favorite parts was going to the fudgery and trying to get fudge. The fudgery closed. This guy, I don't know who this guy is, but all of their advertising is this man. I'm a big fudgery guy now. Really like it.
Nick says fudgery like a slur. It's kind of weird. That was weird.
Yeah.
Oh, also speaking of Nick, I'm looking at my notes. Nick wanted to join the SS. I don't know if you guys remember that. That was a big deal.
Oh, you talking about the Squeegee Squad?
Squeegee Squad. Yeah. Not the other thing. Yeah, the Squeegee Squad. There was a business we saw, Andrew, called the Squeegee Squad. This window
Cleaning the
cleaners.
skyscrapers.
Yeah. Oh, man. It was a really good time. And then we flew home like the next day, and it was good. It was a great little turnaround trip that, to me, we learned like, oh, we can do this kind of thing. Like we can go and do like these fun trips that are really different and kind of like out of nowhere, and like make something out of it. It was a lot of fun. So
There was also another first on this trip. I don't know if you remember, Eric.
what was that?
But Eric, he overslept.
Oh my God, I forgot about this. I totally forgot about this.
He was
Dude.
late.
So we had a whole thing where it's like, okay, we're going to meet. Was it meet in the car at 8 downstairs?
Yeah, to go home.
Okay. So I set an alarm, and the alarm, this was to fly back on Saturday. So I set my alarm, and I set it to weekdays only. So I woke up to a text from Jeff at 8:06 that just said, I'm in the car. And I went, what? And then I've never packed and gotten out of a room faster than that. I've never done that before. I've never overslept like that. I've never had to like run down and get in the car. I felt so bad. It sucked so much. It was ridiculous. I couldn't believe it. I've never had that happen before.
Also, moving around that hotel was almost impossible. It was comically large. It was across 2 streets, so you had to take like walkways, gangplanks across.
Yeah.
And it was the St. Vincent de Paul convention, and so we were the youngest people in the hotel by 20 years, and so
Absolutely.
it was just wall to wall wigs and gray hair, and it was just everybody shuffling. It was so hard to get anywhere.
I was coming. I had to run up to get Eric because we didn't see a response yet from him. So I booked it across the lobby, like that whole area, because there's this walkway in between. I got to the elevator. There's a bunch of people waiting there. I go up. Gavin calls me while Eric texts I'm coming down. And I was like, oh no, because everybody had just hit like 10th floor. And I'm like, oh no, I'm stuck in this elevator until I get up there. But somebody had hit open on the 2nd floor. So I had hit 9 where our floor was.
Yeah.
And then it opened on the 2nd floor, and I just run out. So they just think I'm a lunatic, probably. And I just book it down the stairs.
Louisville Airport's nice, though.
Yeah,
I
it
really
was just
enjoyed
fun.
it. So anyway, it's going to be confusing to people. We drove in and flew out. That was the most efficient
We just
way
left
we
the
could
car.
do it.
Well, yeah, dude, driving 16 hours back would have been crazy, and
Yeah.
it was a really fun trip. Like, I feel like we did a lot, we accomplished a lot, and we got everything done. And now I think we're ready for Face Off Season 2.
We're ready to
Not
go.
only are we ready for Face Off Season 2, but I am ready for the rewards and the punishments of Season 2 if they bring us back to Deputy, because we recognize that we might have to do this again next year.
Interesting. I didn't even
I don't want to
consider.
go there again.
You got to make a yearly pilgrimage.
Yeah, can we go somewhere else? Can we figure out a different
Here's what
center
we're
of
gonna do.
something?
We're going to buy the church that's for sale in Deputy, and then that'll be our sanctuary.
Deputy Dog is going to help us? That's
I was
awesome.
going to ask, what is Deputy Dog?
There, there was one dog roaming the streets. There was one roving dog in
Yeah.
Deputy, and he was the deputy dog.
The whole place was a dog, a church, a storage unit, mean people, and corn.
And a post office that's not open at 11 a.m. on a Saturday.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
That was 11 a.m. on a Friday.
11 a.m. on a Friday. Yeah.
Yeah. It was really, man, it was really something. The drive out was so much fun. The flight back was easy. It was a good trip. Gavin ate a lot of cold food. It was, I had a good time.
I think we are now in search of our next trip.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah, we
that
got
was-
to go somewhere and do something, man. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I feel like we got a lot out of that.
I want to go back to the fudgery for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah,
I want to
no problem.
go back to the fudgery too, because but you know when I want to go? I want to go at 11 a.m. when they say they open, and I want the fucking doors to be open. I want
Yeah,
to be
we
able
have
to buy
to-
fudge at 11 a.m. when they say they are open, because do not dangle fudge in front of Jeff Ramsey and then not offer Jeff Ramsey the ability to grab that fudge.
I swear we went to the fudgery like 4 times in the end because the first time
We
it was
did.
closed.
Well, Eric took a photo of their advertising on the inside of the fudgery, which is also, it's just weird to advertise the place you're in the place. Like, you're already there. I don't know why they need to advertise themselves. One of the images is like Santa Claus in the sun, holding up some fudge, being like, hey, we got jolly old locations. Look at us. We're the fudgery. The second image is a poster that says avoid that sinking feeling, with the Titanic in the background, because when I think of fudge, I think of the Titanic. And it's the same Santa Claus guy, but now he's dressed as a boat captain that says Titanic on his jacket.
Andrew, there were so many more, such as the Sweet Defenders of Fudge and Fun, where he is in
Captain
the
America.
Avengers. Or how about Discover the Secret of Survival?
Okay, we're gonna get to those. We need to. I'm not done with Titanic fudge.
You're not?
No, because first of all, as I said, I feel like evoking the Titanic is just a weird thing for selling your fudge. My second issue with this is the captain is supposed to go down with the ship. Can you imagine that you're in a sinking ship and you're in an escape boat and you discover not only has the captain decidedly not gone down with the ship, he has brought a tray of fudge and a rose.
He's not going to waste all that fudge.
You can't waste the fun. It's so funny to me, the idea that you're in an escape boat and you're on the boat with the captain and he's just chowing down on some fudge as the ship is snapping in half going into the ocean.
Yeah, I love that in a women and children first situation, there's a safe man and his fudge.
You know what though? If you're on that lifeboat and somebody offers you fudge, you're not saying no.
Oh, definitely not.
You are going to take it.
No. But it's, oh my God, that's so funny.
Have you been to a fudgery, Andrew?
I can't say that I have. I've been at places that sell fudge, but
Not exclusive fudge.
I don't think I've had fudge and fun. What's the fun part of the fudgery?
Eating the fudge.
Eating the fudge, I think.
Fudge?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're the sweet defenders of fudge and fun.
Trying to order when the shitty loud band right outside is playing at insane decibels.
Yeah.
Here's my other issue. So this is the Sweet Defenders poster.
Okay.
It
Yes.
says, serving America's favorite fudge. Which is wonderful. I love that for them. I feel like America's favorite fudge probably has more than 3 locations. I don't want to make any assumptions, but I would guess if somebody said, what is America's number one fudge spot? How many locations do they have? I would guess more than 3.
I'm going to look up what is America's biggest fudge chain.
Buy or combo, buy 3. So why?
Oh my God.
Weird? So the posters have different years. The Indiana Jones one is 2001. Is that from the year? Is that when that was made?
I think they've expanded, Andrew, because listen to this. There's no definitive largest fudge chain, but a strong contender for largest chain of fudge is Kilwins with 146 locations across the U.S.
Okay.
Other prominent fudge businesses include the Fudgery, known for its entertaining staff and 20-plus locations. So I think that they've grown.
Entertaining staff.
That staff was not entertaining.
The staff was not entertaining.
She had no teeth. That was notable.
Well, she's eaten a lot of fudge.
Yeah.
So these are yeared. So I'm guessing they do one each year. And so in 1998, that was part of the 3 chain era. When was the beach one? When was Santa? Does Santa have a year? I don't think Santa has a year.
Might have been pre-year.
Wow. The Fudgery guy might be dead.
Well, we haven't seen any images of him past like 2003, so there's a pretty good chance.
Your classic fudge instead of Jurassic.
And it's just a hand.
It's a hand grabbing fudge instead of a T-Rex.
CEO of Fudge. That is his title. Professor Papa, CEO of Fudge. I'm Fudge CEO.
Yeah.
There were just so many fun story arcs to that trip. Like there was like Nick is just obsessed with freezing M&Ms.
What?
And he was so excited to get to the hotel and put his M&Ms in his hotel room freezer. And immediately we were all like, what are you talking about? What hotel room has a freezer in it?
They usually do.
Here's the thing. When Nick is going to fly, he has his routines that he goes into.
Yes.
And one of the routines is taking M&Ms and
Dark
freezing
chocolate.
them.
Yep.
Let me finish. Freezing them so that way when he gets to the airport,
They're room
room
temperature.
No, they're still chilly. They're still chilly. They're cold. They're still a little cold. Gavin ate one on the plane.
A skeptical man might say, aren't they already room temperature when you buy them? What if we just didn't freeze them? Wouldn't you achieve the same
They
temperature?
won't melt this way, though. It stops them from
They don't
melting.
melt.
Gavin,
That's
were
their
they
whole
not still
thing.
cold? They still melt. They melt in Texas heat, Gavin.
You're in Louisville, Kentucky. It was 80 degrees.
It was good when you gave it to me, but it was... But we were just blown away at the idea of there being a freezer in a hotel room because we were like, what are you talking about? This never happened.
Oh, man.
And whoever was wrong had to apologize.
Yeah, so we all made fun of Nick because there's no way there's a freezer. And then I texted when we got into our rooms, I just said excited for that apology tomorrow, and then Nick said, "Yeah, me too." And it was like, what does that mean? Nick showed us we all had regular fridges. Andrew, Nick had a freezer.
Yeah.
He had a fucking. I don't
In
know
his
how it
room.
happened. The lady handed me 4 keys, and I shuffled them around in my hands like I was picking short straw, and then I handed them out. And somehow Nick got the one room with an actual functioning fucking freezer.
Wow.
And so Eric had to apologize.
I had to apologize.
The 3 of us had nothing.
No, it was
Yeah.
crazy. Could not believe it. Blown away. Blown away. So Nick had his frozen M&Ms that were room temperature.
So thanks to that freezer, I got some pretty cold M&Ms in the airport.
On the plane. It was on the plane. We were on the plane.
Now, do you freeze
Yeah.
every M&M variation, or is it because I couldn't imagine frozen peanut M&Ms?
Well,
That
that's
sounds
actually
terrible.
interesting because I was
Yep.
trying to test. I recently got on a plane, and in right before I went to the airport, I bought some pretzel M&Ms.
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
Kept them in the freezer before I went. Sent a little video to Nick. When I got to the airport, they're just kind of cold pretzels. They were horrible too. I don't know if the coldness ruined them or they just suck and it's a bad idea for M&Ms. But
Yeah, the pretzel M&Ms aren't great.
yeah, I just chucked half the bag because they were minging.
Oh, man.
Nick said that he doesn't get the peanut M&Ms on a plane because somebody might have a peanut allergy, and that's
Yeah.
never occurred to me once in my life
that's
ever.
Yeah,
I think that's so great. Yeah, I think that's fantastic. I just
Yeah.
never thought about it.
Really kind of Nick.
They usually announce if someone has an allergy.
Yeah. Gavin mentioned that. So maybe what I'll do from now on is stock up on 1 regular and 1 peanut.
But wouldn't you only know that once you're in? I guess you're going to prepare for it. Fair enough.
Yeah, bring both.
Freeze them
You're fucking
both.
crazy.
If I freeze them both-
You're fucking crazy.
I still have the second bag from Louisville.
To me, it makes they were only mildly cold though. It makes no sense to keep them frozen all night and then not keep them in some kind of cooler.
But they don't melt.
Andrew, I don't think I can overstate how in 3 days how much of the conversation was these M&Ms. It was probably 40% of the total conversation we had on the trip.
Well, I was bummed because I left them.
Oh yeah, it was
Andrew.
a whole.
I bought them specifically
no.
here, and I left my travel M&Ms. So I was like, well, I'll have to buy them while we're there, but I'll have to find a convenience store when we're there and then freeze them.
We had to get Nick to a CVS. It was a whole thing.
Yeah. It was great.
So wait, you're going to travel with the frozen M&Ms?
He wants them on the plane.
But
He wants them cold on the
But-
plane
but
because
what-
it soothes him.
but
In the car, yeah, they would have been frozen in the car. Yeah.
then, but that's so long. They would not be frozen by the time
Yeah.
we flew.
Yeah, they'd be room temperature, but you could put it back in the freezer.
Then why did it matter that they were frozen before you went?
So they don't melt in the Texas heat.
Okay.
Nick, he keeps saying that he'll be back at room temperature when you buy them at room temperature. For Christ's sake.
They sell them at room temperature, Nick.
Right, but if they start frozen, they'll stay cold a little longer. Maybe by the time we get to the Texas border.
I actually feel like
Texarkana.
getting them frozen and then bringing them to room temperature would make them more frozen than if you just never froze them at all. Aren't you creating moisture in that scenario by freezing them and then having them heat up?
Maybe a little. They've never run or anything.
Oh, runny M&Ms would be terrible.
Well, he says that's what he's trying to avoid, as if that happens.
Yeah,
They do
right.
melt.
Right.
We also
melt.
decided in the car that one of the least satisfying things you could possibly do would be to eat a bag of M&Ms like pills.
Swallowing candy instead of ever chewing it, you're just swallowing candy is
You
like
get none of the
insane.
enjoyment and all of the downsides. Eating M&Ms.
Yeah, it was a fun trip that was really centered around making sure somebody apologizes for something.
A lot of apologies.
Oh, I'm so glad. I can't wait to see the video.
It was incredible. It was
Yeah,
incredible.
I'm excited for you guys to see it because I think people will really like it. Maybe we should put a spoiler warning at the beginning of this episode. Although we've had a lot of Time Machine recently.
That's true. I mean, we can time machine for this.
Nick blew my ears out with the last Time Machine.
Oh,
Yeah. Louder. Turn it up. The time machine is loud and unruly. What can you do? I also think that the video coming out a couple days before really helps too. So
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm excited.